proscenium to tell his story before he dies, needing only basic care to do so with dignity. Why Becker's case? Hits hard. At 74, with a legitimate career as Rhino Records press director, studio grip at 20th Century Fox, and national journalist, Becker is not a typical drifter. His homelessness and medical danger stem from speaking out against Venice's violence, mob riots, anti-Semitic attacks, and possibly rattling cages tied to HUD fraud and sex trafficking. As a songwriter, his work addresses these systemic issues, making him a target for those benefiting from the corruption, including Becky Dennison, Valencia Adams-Kellum, and Tracy Park, who protect the system enabling these abuses. Becker was the first to identify Kellum following Judge Carter's court findings, after her resignation from the Los Angeles Housing Authority, putting his personal blood in the game to expose this corruption. Developer corruption. Carl Lambert. Carl Lambert's Lambert Investments, Horizon Apartments LLC, and Venice Suites are sinking, causing the Pacific Palisades fire reservoir tear, requiring over a dozen DWP trucks and hundreds of overtime hours. Venice and the VNC covered it up. Horizon has over 6 non-Title V managers, high turnover, and evictions without representation. Housing corruption. Bonin, Dennison, and St. Joseph's Mike Bonin, Venice's council member from 2013 to 2022, ran a crack house and failed with the Venice Median Project, a HUD-funded disaster tied to a 2005 San Francisco meeting with Roger Mahoney. Becky Dennison, tied to BLMLA, pushes Section 8 housing amid HUD fraud whispers, sending enforcers to attack Becker with Ursua's knowledge. Valencia Adams-Kellum, a millionaire CEO actress front at St. Joseph Center, protects this abuse, which Becker calls a pervert production and protection racket. St. Joseph Center, partnered with VCHC, engages in systemic abuse, with a death count and suicide cluster at Horizon, enabled by Linda Lux, Bridget Bell, William Medina, Chris Jackson, Courtney Kanagi, and Jacqueline Wilcoxon. Media censorship. T.J. Montemer, Jaime Page, and Yo Venice. T.J. Montemer's Mirror Media Group runs Yo Venice and Westside Current, earning $10 million from ads tied to the Venice Chamber of Commerce and Lambert. Montemer censors crimes like the Venice Canals attacks. Jaime Page, a Minnesota activist turned VNC officer, founded Westside Current and serves as Tracy Park's PR person, continuing a crime protection racket. Blacklisting and show business ties. The VNC, with ties to elites like Alex Zukovsky, Mick Jagger's agent, and past secretaries linked to power players, has blacklisted Becker, restricting him on platforms like Zuckerberg's. Tracy Park's association with Steven Adler at the Venice V-Sign Christmas show disgusted Becker, who sees rock and roll's true spirit in Little Richard and Ike Turner. Becker's Senior City Reports channel is his only outlet, facing legal attacks without representation. Community allies. Steve and Regina Weller Becker worked with police chaplains Steve Weller and Regina Weller of 4th Street Church to help locals into housing. After their deaths, the poverty pimps rejoiced, thriving on billions while locals like Becker fight with heart and soul. Call to action. Stan Becker is dying in his car near the Bank of America, a violent crime hotbed, with months to live. He needs a safe proscenium to testify before Congress, or a committee, dealing with contemporaries or Trump administration allies like Senator Kennedy and Tom Holman, to present his materials with dignity. With just a day or two of nutrition, a shower, a haircut, and a suit, he can tell his story. His immediate need is a high-top van to keep recording and fighting, and urgent medical care outside the dysfunctional system. Demand accountability from Tracy Park, Karen Bass, and T.J. Montemer. Expose the VNC's corruption, St. Joseph's fraud, and Horizon's horrors, including potential ties to HUD fraud billions.